Hello, Women Lawyers Association of Michigan. I am Marian Krumkowski, currently Leelanau County Probate Judge and Family Court Judge. Thank you for asking me to speak to you today. Let me start off by saying that I've been an attorney for 41 years, but in 1976 I was very excited about entering into study to be a paralegal. And the reason I wanted to be a paralegal is I wanted to be involved in civil rights litigation and employment discrimination. And when I was explaining to my aunt that was my goal, she said, Marian, you should be a lawyer. And kind of a light bulb went off in my head, and I said, yeah, I should be a lawyer. I was the first lawyer in my entire family. Other cousins, my siblings and cousins all mostly went to college, but no other lawyers in my family. So being a lawyer just wasn't on my radar. So thank you, Auntie Elaine, for saying you should be a lawyer. So for the past 41 years, my career has taken a number of twists and turns. I started out being a criminal defense attorney in Detroit. I graduated from Wayne State Law School and practiced in Detroit until 1987. As a criminal defense attorney, trial work, felony work, very little misdemeanor work, so heavy-duty felony work for some 16 years. When my husband and I and our two children moved up here to the Grand Traverse area, Leelanau County, I still did some criminal defense, but I then became family court referee, our domestic relations referee in the 13th Circuit, and then continued to do that work part-time in the Wexford, Missaukee counties. So I was a domestic relations referee for some 25 years. And then as I worked into the family court area, I also became a mediator and was a domestic relations mediator since 1997. So a number of twists and turns. And I've been asked to maybe give some tips, some things that helped me as a lawyer and as a woman in a profession that when I started out was still predominantly male. That is changing. But my words of wisdom, hopefully, are first to choose a mentor, a person that you respect, but also is respected by your local legal community. It has to be a person that you're able to work with. And I would suggest that you troubleshoot your cases with this mentor. Have him or her even come to court with you and observe, and then give you some tips and pointers after the fact, after the hearing. Also, have your mentor introduce you to the judges if you don't know all the judges, and ask a judge that you respect and that you're comfortable with, ask them for some feedback on your performance in court. That goes a long way. Also, probably don't have to say this to you all, but preparation is key. So prepare for your hearings. And you need to know your client in addition to the legal theory. Get to know the person that you're representing. Who is this person? What is their background? What are their passions? What are their fears in this case? What makes them tick? But also listen to the other side. What is the other party's concern? What are their fears? What are their worries? So you can have a holistic view of the case that you're handling. I would also suggest, and I know if you're all members of the Women's Lawyers Association, you are active in your local legal communities, but that is important. The courts need input from the bar. They sometimes don't feel they want it or need it, but they do need it. So I always have an open door policy. If you have some ideas as to how to make the court function better, or some concerns as to how I'm performing, if I've gotten a little nasty or impatient on the bench, I truly try not to, but I would appreciate that feedback. And fourth, have a life outside being a lawyer. Be involved in your community. Keep up your hobbies, or if you don't have hobbies or passions, look for some. Even the local garden club, or political organizations, or, civic groups, and put family above work. Whether you have children or not, whether you're married or not, everyone has family, and they have to come first. I was fortunate enough that for most of my years, I was in private practice, so my husband, who was also an attorney, we were able to juggle our needs for our children, now 3 children, and our career. And that doesn't sometimes work when you're employed in a firm. But there's more to life than being a lawyer, which we all know. We all know that. And I guess that's it. I wish you all the best. Wish we could all be together, and someday that will happen again. Our court is still participating in the Zoom program, and that's probably going to continue in some way, shape, or form for a lot of the future. So my best wishes to all of you. Always feel free to contact me if you have suggestions for the court, or just want to share your thoughts or ask some questions of me. I appreciate it. Appreciate your time, and have a good meeting. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Valerie Snyder, and I have the honor of serving as the probate court judge for Charlevoix and Emmett counties. I was first appointed to my position in 2017, and I was elected to my first full term in 2018. Like many of the female judges around the state, I am the first female to hold this office. Prior to taking the bench, I was in private practice in northern Michigan for a little over 20 years. Although I certainly had the support of my colleagues and my coworkers, female attorneys in northern Michigan were certainly not the norm 25 years ago. I remember opposing counsel referring to me with such endearing names as sweetheart, dear, honey, and sometimes even kiddo. I remember one particular day where I was referred to as little lady on the record in front of my client and by the judge. I would have loved to have had an organization like the Women Lawyers Association active in our area at the time. The opportunity for the camaraderie and the mentorship and just having somebody else who understands the challenges that we sometimes face in what was previously a male-dominated profession would have been so helpful to me all those years ago. This is certainly one of the reasons that I have joined, and I'm serving as the treasurer of the new Tip of the Mitt region. Now that I am at a different point in my career, I hope to be that mentor and that support that I would have found so helpful as a new attorney. Our region's president is Amanda Skeel, and she is certainly deserving of the recognition that she is receiving today. She is the reason that there is the new Tip of the Mitt region of the Women Lawyers Association of Michigan, and I am proud to be part of the organization. So congratulations, Amanda, and congratulations on the new Tip of the Mitt region.
Good afternoon. My name is Amanda Skeel, and I'm the president of the Tip of the Mitt region of Women Lawyers Association of Michigan. We are, of course, the newest region of WLAM, and we cover 6 counties along the lakeshore of the northern Lower Peninsula, including Antrim, Charlevoix, Sheboygan, Emmett, Grand Traverse, and Leelanau counties. Now, most of you probably know northern Michigan as a destination, a place to vacation and relax. But for us, it's home. We are fortunate to live and work here every day, although maybe a little less fortunate in the winter, at least for some of us. We take great pride in the natural beauty of our surroundings, but also in the people and the communities that make this place truly special. I grew up in Antrim County, so it's no surprise to me that this is a great place to live. But what I didn't know until a few years ago is that this is an amazing place to practice law. We have just a wealth of talented legal professionals, judges, lawyers, so many amazing people that I've had the pleasure of interacting with in my professional life and to learn from. And I'm really proud to be a lawyer in this part of the state. I'm so glad that we now have this opportunity through WLAM to start this Tip of the Mitt region and to not only be a voice for northern Michigan's legal professionals in the WLAM organization, but also to bring the ideals and the mission of WLAM to our home communities. I think that I hope that our region will be a place where women attorneys can find their people and to build relationships, to grow together, to support one another, and to really help each other be the best that we can be, both professionally and personally. I want to thank a few people who have helped us get this region off the ground. Certainly, big thanks to last year's Regional Development Committee, who put in who knows how many hours developing and rewriting the policies and procedures that WLAM has in place to help new regions get started. And especially thank you to Kelly Brushaber, who not only put together some wonderful, informative binders for us, but was always there to take my call and lend an ear or guidance and assistance. And she was just really helpful to me and to our board in getting this region started. And also a huge thank you to our immediate past president, Alina Clark. We definitely would not be here today without her vision and leadership. She made it one of her priorities during her term as president to get this region started, and she's been just a wonderful friend and mentor to me, and has also just put in so much time and effort in helping us succeed. So we want to certainly give her all the gratitude that we have. And also to this year's executive board and President Rokia Draper, we thank you for welcoming us to WLAM, and to all of the membership of WLAM, thank you for being such a welcome place for women lawyers and for being such leaders in your communities and in the legal profession. You're all making this a better place to work and live every day, and we are excited to follow in your footsteps as a new region and to bring those ideals to Northern Michigan. Thank you to the judges who appeared on this video before me to offer their kind words of support and wisdom. We certainly appreciate you being along for this journey, and we look forward to doing you proud in the future. So thank you, and we'll be seeing you around.